Hi, everybody. It's Postcard Today with Amy and Jeff.
And we're still here and alive.
Yes, and
Getting along marvelously.
Yes. No one's died yet that we're aware of. So to say hello in New Zealand is
Kia ora.
Kia ora, and that's from the native Maori people.
Yes.
I got to tell you, it's really impressive how the New Zealanders embrace the culture of the Maori. They teach a lot in school. The language is everywhere. Everything's in English and in this language. So
yeah, my impression is they're really trying hard to make reparations.
Yeah, exactly. That is part of their DNA, and they embrace it, and it's awesome.
Yes.
So when last we left you, we were sailing away from Auckland, having talked about the 2 days prior to that. But now we can talk to you about our day in Auckland, right?
We sure can.
Okay. So we were pretty excited to get to Auckland. It's everyone's heard of it. And it is a beautiful city. It is very much a city as opposed to the other places we were at. They were a little smaller.
It's about 1.2 million, and
fair-sized city. Yeah.
Auckland is not the capital, but it is the financial hub.
Yes.
For the country.
And I think it's the largest city in New Zealand.
Yes.
Yeah. So we signed up for an excursion, which was an Antarctic experience.
Yes.
Which was kind of the words for a aquarium for Antarctic species and
it was underground.
It was subterranean, and at one point in the museum it actually backed up to the harbor, and you could see the water going out, though it was pretty green. You couldn't really see a lot there.
Well, we'd gotten there and it had been very rainy and stormy.
That's true. And it was raining the day we were there.
Yeah.
I hear that happens a lot.
You'd think you're in Seattle.
Exactly. But right away when you walk in, you get to see exhibits that show how
the early explorers
lived in Antarctica in the 1800s.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
that was pretty cool. They
I
had to be teeny people because the beds, yes, I don't know if I'd be comfortable in them.
I complained about 7-degree water. They had bigger problems than I did. So, yes. So, after we got through that, I mean, we walked through that pretty quick. Then we actually got to see several species of penguins, which was very fun.
Yep.
So we got some little ones, some swimmy ones, some big tall ones, emperor ones.
The emperor. Almost 3 foot tall.
Yeah. They said there were chicks, but evidently the chicks are nearly fully grown, so we wouldn't know if they were chicks or not.
True.
So, yeah.
They probably weren't the ones that were 3 foot tall.
Probably not. Then after the penguins, which that environment was kind of cold, and there was glass between us and the penguins, and we could see them swimming or just up on their ice and stuff. But we were pretty close to them.
Yes.
So it was fun to watch them.
I thought so.
Then we went into a room that had an aquarium all the way around us and even over our heads, which was very neat.
Yeah. You were kind of in a little tube.
Yeah.
That we were walking through their environment.
And it had a little moving sidewalk through it. So, if there's something you wanted to take a picture of, you kind of step backwards and, escalator step. Or you step to the side, which, took us a little bit to figure out. But
that out.
We did get to see quite a few sharks. And they were bigger than the sharks I'd seen diving.
At least one of them was pretty big.
Oh, they were 6-7 feet long.
Okay.
And we saw some rays. Big rays, not as big as manta rays.
No, but they had a big tail with a barb on them.
So those were stingrays. I haven't seen any stingrays yet diving. Thank goodness. Don't want to. The rays were really cool. We also saw some snapper, smaller than the snapper I saw when I was diving.
Okay.
So that was fine.
Now,
what?
What was the first fun thing I did?
Ooh, Jeff got up close and personal with a sea star.
Yep, they had a pretty good size one.
Oh yeah,
on display, and after you cleaned your hands, you were able to put your hand in the tank and sort of stroke one of their little arms.
Mm-hmm.
And when you did it, they would kind of curl up around you, and they had these little I don't know what you would call it, hair-like things, follicles.
They were like tentacles. I mean, they were tentacles that were as fine as hair.
Yes, and then
so if
the
they
hairs
were
would kind of
mm-hmm.
come up and check you out too.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you kind of made contact with this guy. Yeah,
Close encounters.
Exactly, it was cool. You did have to wash your hands. So that was kind of cool. Supposedly it was for their benefit. No,
as well as ours.
Probably salmonella or whatever, huh? And then we saw a octopus in a tank.
That was neat.
He was cool. I was kind of feeling a little badly for him because we know that octopus are very sophisticated creatures. It didn't look like there was a lot in there for him to do. It was sad. Yeah. But he was gorgeous. And we saw his tentacles, his little suction cups, up close and personal. He was moving around quite a bit. Yeah.
Well, you could actually see his little jets. Mm-hmm. Where they inhale the water and squirt sort of on the side of their head to move them around. So you got to see him do that. So that was kind of interesting.
Trivia question from the other day. How many hearts does an octopus have?
A, 1, 2B, or 3C?
It's 3. I know that now. C, Amy. I didn't know that, but somebody else on our team did. So
yes.
We were in good shape. So. Yes.
Oh, by the way, we scored a perfect 16 last night.
We did, but today, not so good.
Yeah.
We're in third place today. But we got lots of big O points. So never you mind. Absolutely. Well, then after we were done with the aquarium, we went through there in fair time, looked around the gift shop.
Yeah, it's time to go.
Took some pictures with Greedo. Yeah, time to go. Got on our bus, rode across town, which took 20 minutes, really. And
to the downtown area.
And we got to go up the Sky Tower. So you remember from the last video, with the little pointy thing going, this is the Sky Tower. We went up the Sky Tower. Now, you can bungee jump.
Off of it.
You can. We did not. So, no Amy death-defying move of the day. I thought about it, but my compatriot and fellow daredevil, Alabama Linda, wasn't with us, so she couldn't shame me into it, thankfully.
Yes, you're jumping off the 60th floor.
It's pretty high.
Yes.
Yeah. So you go up to one level, and it's an observation level, and you can walk 360 degrees. It was starting to get fogged in and clouded in, but we still saw quite a bit.
Yes.
Lovely city. Beautiful.
Now, this tower is very small. It was probably one of the smallest they had on their display.
Yeah.
It wasn't even as high as the Empire State Building.
Did not even have the Sears Tower on their display. I mean, how serious could they be? Please. But the tallest one they had was in UAE, in Dubai.
Yep.
So then you can go up the elevator and go to a higher tower.
Yes. From the 50th to the 60th.
Right. And not a lot more to see up there, really.
Yeah. We just didn't luck in with the weather.
Yeah. But we did notice that they had a special bar. So, being the adventurous people that we are, we had to check it out. And I had a wonderful drink.
Yeah,
I don't even remember what was in it.
It had Grand Marnier.
It had Grand Marnier, and it had lime, and it had a little salt rim.
Some gin?
Hibiscus. Something with hibiscus. Not gin. I wouldn't have ordered gin. But it was yummy. It was like a not so sour margarita. Kind of.
Yeah.
But pretty pink. And then it had the dehydrated
orange
inside. So I'm a
What's
sucker
more
for
than that?
dehydrated fruit. So I was in. Jeff had a beer.
Well, it was a local beer, and it was
what?
it was a parrot head
Parrot head. That's right. And we
or
saw
parrotfish or parrot dog.
parrot
Parrot
dog.
dog.
Parrot dog.
Parrot
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
And it was a nice stout. A
And
little bit of chocolate in it.
while we were sitting there enjoying our drinks, we saw Jeff
A
saw
body flyby, 2 of them.
Jeff saw 2. I only saw 1. But yeah, bungee jumpers go by. That was kind of crazy. I would have thought they'd fall faster than they did. I mean,
I thought they went
could,
pretty quick for their field of view.
true, but I could follow him going down. It wasn't just like that. So it was more like that.
Okay. Well, the first time I almost didn't see it.
Yes.
Really.
And
I
he
just
says,
saw something
he
fly
says,
by.
I just saw a bungee jumper. I'm like, what? What?
Yep.
So, but that was kind of cool. I like that. And they had T-shirts and, stuff. They had places where you could have your picture taken.
Oh, God.
And
That's all they were doing was trying to
gimmick.
sell you photos.
Exactly.
And, so we passed on that. Went back up to ground level and looked around. It looked sort of as though the water had drained away. The rain had slowed down.
Mm-hmm.
Puddles were
For
fading
then.
away.
For then.
So we told the crew we were heading back on foot, going to explore the town,
That's right. We ditched the bus.
which was good.
Yes, we ditch the bus all the time if we can. Yes, so we could see the ship from the sky tower, and it wasn't that far away.
No.
I mean,
10-minute walk. 15.
maybe. So yeah, we felt compelled, and we had an errand. We were on the lookout for
Yet another underwater camera.
a new one that didn't cost $10,000 and went more than 10 meters deep. So,
Yes.
so on good old Apple Maps, photo store or photography store near me, and we did have to walk a little bit. We passed it probably 5 times.
You just passed by lunch first, though.
Oh, I forgot. Yes.
We had fish and chips at the Occidental. It was
Yummy.
a nice old pub-style
Yes.
eatery. That was very good. And
Yeah.
we got 2 giant chunks of fish in one order. I mean,
Yeah, we probably
the one
could split
piece
it.
was size of an order at home.
Yeah, we should have split it.
I don't know. I managed to get it down okay.
I did too.
We had nothing left on the plates.
And the French fries, they were thick potato wedges, which I probably would have rather had fries, but
I liked them.
I ordered a rosé, and then I looked around, and all the people around me had Amstel, they had Stella Artois. And I'm like, oh, that looks really good. So I raced her down and said, oh, I want a Stella. And the guy behind me, he says, oh, yeah, they're good. They're good with the chips. So, that was our lunch. It was good. You got that as a recommendation from Steve, the cruise director.
That's right.
So,
Well, I just heard it that morning, and by chance, looking up the street, we found it.
yeah.
And took our break there. Now, on the way out, the rain came back with a vengeance. Oh,
Though, downtown Auckland, it seemed that everything had this nice awning over every store, so you didn't have to walk out in the rain.
just across the street.
Exactly. And we didn't have an umbrella with us.
No, but
No.
Our little raincoats worked fine.
They were fine. And so we crossed the street 4 different ways. This major intersection, we went this way, we went this way, we went back towards us, and we went back that way. And lo and behold, it was...
Inside a mall.
Yes. But we found it right on the ground floor.
Yep.
Very nice young man in there helping us.
Indeed.
We walked in. I said, do you have an underwater camera? He immediately points to the ones in the window, pretty much like the one we already had. That
Looks like a little newer model than the one we had.
Fancier, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a little bit bigger screen on the back. Of course, we haven't tried it yet,
Nope.
but I have high hopes. And we've secured it with our floaty thing. And so next week sometime I'll be trying it, or we'll be trying it.
Yes.
We haven't worked that out yet.
Well, you will be using it.
Yes, we will be using it. But we're both doing fun things that day. So But so we go to buy it, and we almost didn't get it because they wanted a PIN number for our card,
Credit card.
and of course, we don't have PIN numbers, so we barely have the tap card, but we made that work.
But to be fair, it was the store policy. Nothing to
yes.
do with anything.
Evidently, a little bit of fraud with the credit cards and expensive cameras. So, but finally, we paid through Apple Pay, and he's like, "Yeah, that works! Yay!" So fantastic. So we came
Walked
away
out the door with the camera.
Yep, and we pretty much already know how to use it. So happy day, yippee skippy, yay! So that means next time I dive, we'll have pictures again. So.
And hopefully we'll get at least 5 more uses this time.
God, I hope so. Now, this one is supposed to be good down, how far? 60 feet?
67 feet.
I'm not going deeper than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just tell the guide, no. I'm staying up here. Come back and get me.
Or if you know you're going to do something deep, you might just not take it on that one dive. Use it on the second one.
I suppose. No, I'll just tell the guide, 67 feet, that's it. My camera dies. I've already lost 2. We're done.
And then we weren't far from the boat at all at that point.
No.
So we hesitated a little longer, just putzed it around.
That's right.
And in 30 minutes or so, we were, sun was out, good to walk back. We tried to go into the rugby store there for the New Zealand All Black team, but God, there
crowded.
had to be 100 people in there. It was just
I would have liked
pretty.
I would have liked to seen the stuff. But
Yeah.
So we walked back to the boat, settled in for a nice night, and that's we had our dinner. And I looked out and I saw we were moving and the skyline looked so pretty, and that's when we filmed the last one.
Yeah.
Saying goodbye. Yes. So, almost caught up.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
What else do we want to talk about?
So then the next day we got up and we were in Tauranga, which is another coastal city in New Zealand. Again, smaller.
Yes. But kind of homey. It was. It's a beach town.
Yes.
So I think they said they had less than 30,000 normal people, but during the summers it swells up to 60,000.
Like any beach town, I suppose. Keeping in mind that it's the beginning of autumn here in New Zealand, so things are starting to quiet down a little bit. Not quite so many tourists. However, the day we were there, a mega ship, or it seemed like a mega ship, it was the Virgin Resilient Lady, was docked with us. They docked after us. So by the time we saw them later in the afternoon, so the town was filling up a little bit because those folks were there too. They seemed like they were mostly European, so and maybe a little bit younger lot.
Definitely a younger lot. But there were a lot of U.S. folks in there too.
Oh, probably.
All mixed in, but the ship was probably 4 times the size of ours.
In size, and in people-wise, the sign said they held 2244.
Yeah,
so that's
4 times.
4 times our size. Yeah, absolutely. But when we were in Tauranga, we had an excursion that was kind of fun. I really liked it. So we piled on a bus, and our bus driver said, "You ever played Tag You're It?" She explained that she inherited our trip, our excursion, at the last minute, and had never been where we were going. But she would explain it along the way. But we got a good dose of how to grow kiwi fruit.
And the kiwi fruit is grown on vines similar to grapes.
Yeah.
So they have the long trellises.
And they hang down, and they look just like you think. Of course, there's 3 varieties. Green, golden. And red. We've never seen red, but
they're not very edible. They're more for decoration.
Is that right?
That's what.
Well, they like them in China, somebody said. I heard.
Okay.
Whatever. We saw lots of kiwi fruit being grown.
And harvested.
Yes. And
It's one of their one of the two major exports, one being kiwis, two being lumber.
Yes, and wine.
Well, but that was down.
Yeah, true. We saw other things being grown on the side of the road. And not as much, though. I mean, avocados a little bit.
A lot of avocados. Let me think what else. That was the most of it.
Yeah, she really went over how the kiwis grew, and they don't have enough help in New Zealand because they all had to be harvested by hand. So they have people come from the Cook Islands, so that would be Samoans and Fijians and all kinds of
some Tahitians, whoever's hanging out there.
Exactly. Yeah, come and they live here for 6 months. They give them free Wi-Fi, I heard.
Well, prior to COVID, they depended a lot on Filipino.
Oh, and now it's
that sort of got broken, but now things are picking back up. So yeah, anybody that had free hands on the weekend, they were looking, and not only the kiwi but the grapes.
Exactly. Yes.
So,
and they were paying them $30 an hour, New Zealand dollars, I'm sure, but that's a fair wage, I would think. I don't know.
Me either.
But of course, these folks are leaving their homes and going for 6 months to live somewhere else. But a real destination that day, we were going to a
truffle
farm, which might be surprising to some of our friends that we went to another truffle excursion. We did one a few years ago in France and
Italy.
Oh, it was Italy. Yes. It was in Piedmont. It was in Piedemonte, and we got a little overloaded on the truffle.
And yes, in Italy, but
yeah.
This was a really nice little farm. The guy had maybe a total of 17 acres and had figs, bananas, apples, crab apples, avocado,
currants, grapes,
and grapes,
and
200 truffle trees.
Yes.
Planted very nicely.
They were in straight
wild.
rows.
Yeah.
Yes. And they had all been inoculated with the truffle
fungus
so that they would grow them. But it took them several years for them to grow. Yes. And now they're starting to pay off. Last year they harvested
500 kilograms, all of these being black Perigord.
Truffles,
yes. That's the most highly prized.
That's 1,000 pounds to you and me.
Yep.
That's a lot of truffles. They did a lovely job of showing us truffles and how to eat them and all the food. None of it was overwhelming. No. It was all very subtle. So we had truffle ice cream with a little truffle salt on top. Yep. I like that very much.
That was good.
We had a little shortbread cookie.
With truffle butter on top of the cookie.
Truffle butter.
That was very good.
Very good. We had camembert cheese that she had cut in half and then sprinkled with, was that truffle salt or just?
No, I think it was just like a truffle jam.
It's something. It just had a little bit of truffle inside.
Yeah. And
then you smooth that on a cracker. It was fabulous. What other truffle stuff did we have?
Well, not that we thought we were going to get them, some truffle eggs.
That's true.
But it was kind of late in the afternoon to scramble eggs.
Yeah.
So I think we have a photo of this.
Yeah.
They have a large glass jar and they have at least a half-pound chunk, a very big.
As big as my fist.
Yeah.
It was big.
And they surround the bottom of the glass jar with straw, put the eggs in, and then rest the gourd or Perigord,
the truffle
in the middle. And what happens is the essence, the smell from the truffle, actually permeates the shell, goes through the white, and embeds itself in the yolk. And so you don't have to destroy your truffles to get some truffle flavor out of them. And You have a great way of making truffle eggs, scrambled eggs.
I'm going to try that when we get home.
I think so.
I've got a little truffle from the last trip, which was a long time ago. We'll just try it. I mean, we're going to be out a couple eggs and a $5 truffle. Who cares? So
the eggs will still be edible.
That's true. Yeah.
So that was the fun science part of it.
Exactly.
Now, they did pair some of our little snacks with local wines. So,
yes. And I had Pinot Gris. No, I had Sauvignon Blanc. And it was excellent. And he just said, it's average everyday grocery store wine. Yes. But I thought it was wonderful.
My rosé was very good, too.
Yeah. Now, you can't have truffles without having truffle dogs. And they did have two little cutie dogs, Sam and Jed.
Jed was the Springer Spaniel.
I see. Oh, he was?
Yes, the older one. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And Sam was a puppy, just getting started, but he's earning his
treats.
Earning his way. Yeah, absolutely. So they did a little demonstration. Now we're here outside of actual harvesting season for truffles. So she just hid some baits, some old truffles from the refrigerator, under some flower pots, and then they would knock them over. So it was cute, and they got a little treat every time they did it.
Well,
so.
Jed was pretty big. He could just muzzle them.
He's like, yeah, here's one.
Like these terracotta pots. He could just knock them over, whereas little Sam would just go up and sit.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he would sit.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's the way they're training him, too. It's probably better.
Maybe so.
Yeah. He would sit down like a little beagle in the airport, finding meat.
Yes. So they claimed their dogs could smell truffles up to about 30 inches in the ground.
Yeah. Now, this farm is for sale. We thought about it for a half a second. It looked like a lot of work.
Yes.
It's on sale for 2 million New Zealand dollars, which is about 1.3 million American dollars, I'd say. And came with a house and some guest cottages and the truffle forest and
all the other fruit trees, the grapes. Oh, we forgot the lamb. They had lambs.
They had lamb that they paired.
No, they had actual live lambs.
Oh, yeah. They had sheep that they were growing too.
Lambs.
Yes. They were lambs. They looked like sheep to me. I saw an avocado tree. I think it had $10,000 worth of avocado by American prices on it. At $2 an avocado.
Yes.
Yeah, this tree was laden. I'd never seen anything like it. So, yep, just out there for the picking. She's like, yeah.
We forgot the chickens too.
Oh, they have chickens. So, quite the bargain if you want to move to New Zealand and become a truffle farmer. Could be fun. Now, the dogs don't come with.
Oh, did you check that?
I did. I asked. She said, no, we're keeping the dogs. So you got to get your own dogs.
Will they help train them?
I bet you can negotiate that.
Okay. All right. So we'll be down to 1.2.
Exactly. And then after, again, after we got back, we had to go back into the town, and we found another Irish pub. Oh, wait. Before we leave the truffle farm, Jeff made a nice purchase.
Oh, that's right.
Something else you can pair with your truffles.
A truffle Scotch ale that's been aged 18 months in
bourbon
New Zealand. Yes, whiskey barrels.
Yes. So he only bought one. Yes. We'll see if it makes it back. It could be quite interesting.
Yes.
We hear good reports.
Infused with black truffles, notes of cocoa, figs, walnuts, and evolving flavors of sherried milk chocolate. So, we'll have to wait and see there. Like I said, it'll, depending on what we find in the wines, this may have to be sacrificed.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It was as expensive as those special lagers you get at home or special Scotch ales that you get at home. So, yeah. But a treat. We'll see. Yep. Hopefully it's worth it.
You could get a lot of miles flying to New Zealand, Bill.
There you go. So, yes, after the excursion, we went back to the boat, and then we wandered back and found a
A pub.
An Irish pub, where I uploaded the last video quite quickly, probably 10 minutes. They had really good Wi-Fi.
And we were still hungry after the little snacks we had.
Sure.
So we got a small little pizza.
Yeah.
And that way we didn't miss our dinner.
Sure.
We had a special dinner that night.
I don't remember.
Yes.
We
6:30.
did. Yeah, a little early. So, yeah, we just had a snack and then just kept going. So that took care pretty much, right? Of our 2 days in Tauranga and Auckland, New Zealand.
Yes. And after that, we started off, well, we still have to get to Wellington.
Yes.
So we'll save that story for Wellington.
For next time.
Yes.
So I guess we should talk about our postcard today.
Okay.
Our postcard today goes to our friends Stephanie and Randy in Virginia. And their little dog, too. What's the little dog's name?
Rats. Sorry, guys.
Cutest little dog you ever saw. I love that dog.
You can train him to look for truffles.
Ooh, I like that. We'll visit you. We'll even come during the harvest. I'll help you dig them up. It'll be fine. It'll be fun. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. So if you would like a postcard, our list is getting a little short. So now's the time. Send us an email to postcardtoday@gmail.com. So.
And with that, we're going to say kakite.
Kakite, everybody.
Goodbye.
Miori, Miori for goodbye.
Very good. Good night, all.
Adios.